What's going on, guys? This is Mark from M3 Finish Mobile Detailing, and today in this video we're going to talk about how we deal with low ballers.
So Mark, a random person just pulled up on you, and I recorded it too. What do people usually ask when they just do that?
Yeah, so usually go, hey, do you guys have a card? And then what we do, we have a digital card where they can scan it. The reason why we do digital cards is just because we used to get physical cards out, and sometimes we used to see them on the floor, or sometimes, you know, so it was a waste of money for me, so I switched to digital. But the con about it is just some older people don't have like phones on them, so that's a bad thing. So they'll just grab our number down. But yeah, man, so she asked for how much we charge. I told her, oh, we charge anywhere from like starting for a small car, $60 to $70. And she's like, okay, let me get your business card. So it's like a 50-50 in that, like if they will call you or not.
Have you ever had a customer be like, that's too much?
Yeah, so they go, oh man, that's too much. The guy charges $40, and I always tell them like, then why are you looking for someone new? You know, because the quality's not there. So I always tell them that, and they kind of agree upon this. But majority of the time, they don't want to spend that money. When I look at people that pull up on me, I look at the first thing I do is look at the wheels. See if the wheels are like really caked on. That means they don't take care of the car. So ideally, they won't be a customer. So, and then yeah, you can see how like when you walk up to them, you can see the inside of the car, and it's like, oh, it's dirty. So they don't really take care of the car. That tells me right there that they don't value the car. So they don't value your car, they don't value your service.
All right, Mark. So when you get a customer that kind of wants that low price, do you try to persuade them or do you let them go?
First I try to educate them about the like service. So for instance, like we try to tell them like it's not a regular car wash, more detail oriented. We focus on little things, but they already have their mindset. They want to go, hey, like they want to pay like a certain price. They're so used to that. But when you start evaluating the car, say for instance, if it's in person, and you start evaluating, like I said, like they don't respect the car, they don't really care for the service. So I feel like, you know, it is what it is kind of thing. But sometimes it's a rare case scenario. They do like, oh, okay, like let me see what he's about, and then they'll like it a lot. And then after from there, we'll have them as a week or bi-weekly or something like that. So it'll be kind of cool. So, all right, guys, so this is how I break down the process for the clients and try to educate them more about the process. So for instance, we'll vacuum the car. We'll get through all the cracks and crevices. We'll lift the seats, get all underneath, side of the seats, everything all vacuumed and dialed in. And we'll come through, wipe down the inside, do a thorough wipe down. Right now, we're using Hitman from Shine Supply. So this is a sanitary cleaner. So it kills all the germs, and that's like a plus for the express detail. And yeah, we go through it. We go through like a detail process, and then have like a light leather cleaner, just go over real quick. And then yeah, and then so we go through with the light leather cleaner, wipe everything down, do a second initial vacuum, make sure everything's all clean and dialed in. And then for the exterior, we wash it. This is a matte car, so you don't need any special soap. You just need pink soap or a pink neutralizing soap. So a lot of people think like you'll have to get a soap that has matte finish for matte finishes. But yeah, you just use a pink soap, you'd be solid on that part. We clean the wheels. A lot of car washes, they use a lot of arm roll, so you'll see the built up, and it just builds up over time and time. What we do, we use a chemical that dissolves all the silicone, and then we'll put water-based dressing on it. And then for the inside, the car wash usually just cleans the face of the wheel and leaves the barrel untouched. And over time, you'll see people that go through the car wash frequently. This thing, the inside of the barrel will be super caked on, and so we take care of that issue as well. And then after that, we'll do a SiO2 topper, light protection, just so you can protect the exterior.
Now, Mark, you ever have a customer after you broke that down be like, I don't need all that.
Yeah.
You need something simple.
Yeah, they do say that, but I mean, well, we focus on quality instead of quantity, so that's why we do pay a little bit more of a premium price. But yeah, like they always try to take stuff like, oh, can I just do the outside wash? You don't have to clean the wheels that much and then do a vacuum wipe down, but you don't have to clean it that much, and you can leave the glass how it is. How much would that be? They'll try to take like stuff around it or take it off and try to make it cheaper. But at the end of the day, like we have a certain process and what we do for this car wash. So to sum it up, you get what you pay for. For us, like we don't want to have that bad reputation in our clientele. So what we do, we just do the best work we can and make sure the client's happy. And yeah, like there is like a premium price, but at the same time, you're going to get quality work, and we won't get any callbacks or any bad reviews. So that's why we charge that price. So one of the big mistakes I ever made in detailing is getting the lowball clients and try to work with them just because I didn't have any clientele at the moment. So say for instance, they go, oh, I'll give you 30 bucks to wash my car. And at the time it sounds good because you have no clientele. So what I did is like, all right, I'll take them. Keep in mind, this is when I first started off. So when I took them, so for me, it's a bit more than I can choose. So the client had the car, just say it's a 2001 Escalade. The thing was super bad. The wheels were caked on. The wheels were super caked on with Armor All. Just the outside was bad, bugs in the front, Cheetos, anything you can think of was inside. The cup holder, syrup and soda. And what I did for that $30, man, I just washed that car. That time, it took me about like almost 3 to 4 hours just to make 30 bucks. And you really think about it, it's like not worth it. So my tip to people that are starting off, like know your worth. And yeah, you're gonna have to kind of do these kind of jobs, but also at the same time, be more realistic. And then the clients that have these expectations, like paying that $30, they think they get a full detail. I remember talking to the client, like, oh, are you gonna clean the seats and Armor All them? Are you gonna polish and wax it? And I was like, for $30, like, nah, man. So you gotta set your boundaries with clients and get an idea like what you wanna do. That's why you have to build these packages and you have to have structure, because if not, the clients, sometimes they will take advantage of you and they'll keep you there all day, man. Their car is getting really clean and you're just busting your butt off for 30 bucks. And that's like one of the worst things I ever did before. So that's a good tip.
So next question is, has anybody ever tried to get a discount because they have their own products?
I say yeah all the time, man. And then they're always saying, hey, they always have a consumer product, like, I don't know, like there's a brand, no knock to it, but it's called Car Guys. Like, oh, this is the best one I use. I want you to use it on my car with this and this and that. And I'm like, he goes, so can you give me a discount? I'm like, nah, man. I tell him no. I tell him all the time, I prefer my products because I know how they work. And I trust these products and I don't have any issues with them. For the other product, I don't know how it's going to be or how the chemistry is, so I tend to just go to my products. But they always try to persuade me, hey, I really want you to use them. All right, if you want me to use them, that's fine. It's still going to be the same price, just because you're paying for the time as well. But I'd like to know if you guys use your customers' chemicals and how did it go for you? And did you give them a discount? Drop it down in the comments below.
All right, Mark, last question about lowballers. Do you feel those new detailers have to work with those lowballers at first just to get the experience and the work, or you think from the get-go, let them go?
Well, it just depends on like the detailer. If they went to training and if they know what they're doing, that all plays a factor. But if you don't know what you're doing, you're probably gonna run into that issue where you're gonna have to deal with these lowballers. And man, just charge it to the game, man. Just take it as like some experience. Like, that's all you could do. That's how I took it as. And then, but if someone that went straight to training and started getting all the right methods, structure and everything, then yeah, I would definitely not deal with that, just because you already invested your time into training and all your products and you already know what it is. So definitely, like, I wouldn't even deal with people like that at all. For me, I don't deal with people like that. Like, if they're trying to really lowball me, you know, like I had a client recently say, hey, like for like a polish and a ceramic coating, they go, oh, the guy charges $1,200. And I'm like, oh, we charge like around 15 starting. And then they, oh, well, is there any way you can match the price? I'm like, you can't match my quality versus their quality. I don't know what they're giving. So that's like another thing I would take into consideration. Another thing customers do is always ask for cash discounts. For me, I personally don't do that, just because like we put in the same amount of work. If they do like check in or something like that, or kind of like help us out in our business, like refer us, we'll give them like $5 off next time. But we do get a lot of clients that ask like, hey, if I pay you in cash, would you give me a big discount? And they're expecting, like, say for instance, the detail's $200-300 bucks. They're expecting like $50 to $80 off. And I'm like, I can't do that, man. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Like, when people do pay cash, like, I personally don't give discounts just because exactly you put in the same work. So why would you discount your services just to do the same amount of work? For me personally, I don't recommend that at all for like a business strategy. You always want to get paid for your time and also your products.
All right, Mark, so the most common discount phrase, I have 3-4 cars. Can you give me a discount? Do you get that all the time or only sometimes?
Yeah, I get that sometimes. And what I tell them, if I don't know them and I don't know their cars, I probably tell them no, just because you don't know what you're gonna walk into. You have those issues where you tell them, like, if you say yes, then you get there and then they're really, really bad. Say for instance, if I said, hey, they go, how much do you charge for a car wash? I'm like, just say $70. They go, okay, well, I got 3 cars. How much would you charge us? Would you give us a discounted rate? You don't know what the car looks like. So just say I said, yeah, like, yeah, I'll give you a discount. So when you get there, the client's expecting to pay $70 per car, but you didn't know that there's pet hair, there's crumbs, there's everything like that. Then you kind of like had this miscommunication. And sometimes I'm like, oh, well, you said $70. That's what I always like to say starting at, but sometimes people just hear $70. So yeah, you just don't know what you're walking into. So I don't do it, but if it's a client I've been doing, say for instance, like this guy's car, I'm doing it bi-weekly kind of thing, then I'll give them a discount just because I know how clean it is. I take care of it. So it's better understanding like to give them a discount. But for the other clients or people calling, I wouldn't do it personally, not me. But what about you guys? Let me know in the comments below if you guys give discounts to people randomly or your bi-weekly clients. Drop it in the comments for sure. So in this video, we wrapped it up. That's how we deal with the low ballers in this situation. So hopefully you guys got some tips. But I'd like to know, what's your worst low baller experience? Drop it down in the comments below. And you guys, how do you guys handle the situation? Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to like, subscribe, and thank you guys.